Hello everyone, welcome to day 123 of playing chess every day for you. Let's find the game. We're starting as white, so e4, e5, so knight f3, and we get the Italian. My opponent strikes the center. We could just trade in the center right now. If I take on d5 with my bishop, I could take it with my pawn. I think I can just develop him. Taking seems okay, but I think I can just develop him. Here I can take d5 because if my opponent takes my bishop, I take this with check, winning the rook, so I'll take on d5 now. I have to take the bishop first. Oh, I did miss that the other knight can take. So now I'm down material actually. Should have taken the knight first. But now I can play d4, and I will. I can take with the knight or with the pawn. I'll take with the pawn here. Just to have a strong center. I'll just develop here. I'll push d5. The knight goes back. I could develop my knights forward, but I think I should just bring my rooks to the center right now. I could push again, but that doesn't do anything. I think I'll just develop my rook. I'll just bring my queen up to hold everything. And bring my rooks to the center. Knight goes to g6. You can go to f4, but if the knight goes to f4, I'll just be able to move my queen. I'm down a piece for a pawn. Develops their queen. I don't see anything wrong with pushing. I can go for a queen trade. I do like just pushing here. If they take, I take with my rook. They blockade with the knight, but I think that's a bad move. If they take, I just take with the rook. If I jump my knight in now, I'm looking at this fork, which looks very strong. And I'm also holding this square, so I think I'll play knight e5 here. I'm threatening knight d7. If they take, I just have a fork. So knight to d7 is a huge threat right now. I'm also threatening to take. And the rook would have to take. Queen over is a good move. If I take with check, I win the material back, but I'm seeing knight to e7 here without hang the knight, so it's not possible. I could just take with check, opening up my rook. I wish I had knight e4 to hit the queen, but I'd lose this. Maybe I'll go for queen to g3, just to defend the knight, and then bring my own. Then my knights will be very powerful. Now queen g3, my opponent can take here. But queen g3 if they take, knight e4 is not possible. So I think I'll just take here with check. If the rook takes, I take. Rook takes, I can go down the exchange. Well, I mean, I can take the exchange. And I think I will. Now the king has to take. And because the king has to take, I can give a check here. King just goes back. I think I'll just bring my other rook to the center. Targets my queen. I can go queen to queen g4, just trying to go for a queen trade. The bishop can temper my queen, but I'll just move back. I am seeing this is weak. I think a queen trade would help me a lot. So now I could take with the rook, but then the bishop takes, and then queen takes. A queen check, forcing a queen trade. So queen check, queen takes, I take. The knights see each other. My rook has to open the file. I'll just go for the queen check. Queen takes, I take. And down the pawn, but that's fine. So I have to take the knight now. I'm able to come into the 7th rank. Moves the knight, but the knight has no good squares, so I'll go after the c7 pawn and the bishop. Oh, I'm forced into a rook trade. Because if I move my rook away, there's back rank mate. Which is unlucky. Now I can't stay on this rank as well. Although now I win the knight, so my rook's very active. King over is good. I could go after the bishop. I think I'll just go down. Rook d3. That's just a blunder because I pinned the bishop to the king, so and my opponent resigned, so let's look at this game. I played with a 78.9, my opponent with a 72.6. My opponent had 2 blunders, I had 3 mistakes. I played like a 1500, my opponent like an 1150. And at one point I was completely lost. But then my opponent blundered and from then on I won the game. There were actually 2 points in the game where I was around -4. Get the Italian. These moves were okay. I should have taken the knight first, because that would draw the bishop away. And my big mistake here was taking the bishop first, because the knight's able to take. If the knight wasn't able to take, that'd be an even trade. So I'm already losing here, completely losing. -4. I'm just down a piece for a pawn. But I'm just slowly able to advance my pawns. This was a mistake, I should have gone back. Just to bring my other rook. I should have taken with the knight, which tempers the queen. That's a weird move to play. Tempering the queen with the knight, which forces the... Rook takes f7 is actually bad for my opponent. The best move is to move the queen. Queen f4 is the best move. If the rook takes, I take with check. And then I'm doing much better. Instead I take with check. My opponent has to give the rook, so I take it. I should have come in with the rook to temper the queen. Instead I go for check, which is wrong. Now we're just completely equal. So I have a fork here. And my opponent has to give up the other knight. Rook into d7 was wrong. It was completely wrong. Oh, because my opponent has a skewer. Wow. How did I miss this move? This was actually a huge mistake. Rook d7 was terrible. Very luckily for me, instead of playing bishop c8, my opponent played rook d8, which just loses a knight. And this bishop move was just terrible for my opponent. I just pinned the bishop, and this endgame is easy to win. I'm just able to promote, and my opponent resigns because they have no good moves. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.